are in fact just 10 basic GMP rules. So let's run through them, starting with the fundamental principle that every action will be undertaken only by following current written instructions. That raw materials must be stored and handled correctly, and that exactly the right materials must be used at all times. That all facilities to work, or in GMP terms, have been validated. GMP is just that, a quality management system comprising pre-planned, start-to-finish standard operating procedures called SOPs that, when followed exactly, assure us that each product in every batch will be precisely fit for its purpose. At this point, we can almost hear you say, but all that is a problem for manufacturing. I work in the warehouse. Okay, that was to give you the background. Now let's move on so that by the end of this program, you'll understand why and how GMP is an essential part of your job in logistics. Now it's used as a one-word description of similar commercial activities, which separately we call storage, materials handling, and distribution, all three of which are subject to GMP regulatory control. A common factor between the stores of logistics contractors and wholesalers is that they will hold products from several companies, while the manufacturer's warehouse will almost certainly only hold its own product. Environmental conditions within the warehouse must be appropriate for the materials and goods in store. For example, heating, lighting, ventilation, and humidity should not affect the quality of these materials, while, of course, being comfortable for staff. The storage of many of these items must accommodate their different operational status, such as approved, in quarantine, where materials may be subject to further quality control and then either released or rejected, returned, or, hopefully rarely, recalled, both of which we will look at in detail. And rarely is one more so than another. But in terms of logistics, selecting the right material is high on the list of critical factors, using a method called first in, first out, usually abbreviated to FIFO. FIFO ensures a good repair, a principle which extends to every person working in them, in particular reckless handling of forklift trucks and careless maneuvering with carts can both cause damage to the building and facilities in it and damage the goods being carried. Understandable because, firstly, as instructions, they enable us to be quite clear as to what we must do, and then, as records, to confirm that we've done the right thing, and so enable the investigation. The infallible rule of all GMP records is that the data must always be entered immediately as it happens, while it's fresh in your mind. Never, under any circumstances, can it be done late. In the whole GMP production process is to ship product to the distributor or user. We mentioned earlier that this may be to a distribution warehouse